A new era is upon us. Pulse has taken the world by storm as the leading Web3 social media. Beyond current features like casting,
Welcome everyone. This is Jimmy. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing well. A lot of things happened in the market, and the talk of the town was the Ethereum ETF, and it launched quite significantly, quite good. Also, I was on vacation, so I wasn't able really to cover the market in the last 10 days. I really like what I see on the chart. This is a typical swing failure pattern. A lot of bears have been trapped here around 56K, and see how quickly we moved from the bearish sentiment into a more bullish sentiment. I would love to take this opportunity to zoom out a little bit and to remind you about a few things. Firstly, please understand that Bitcoin is ranging in this environment for about 147 days. And it's still in this range. It couldn't break out to the upside nor really to the downside. Also, please note that 95 days ago, exactly 95 days ago, the Bitcoin halving, the fourth Bitcoin halving happened. And ever since, Bitcoin is still ranging in this environment, in this range bound. If we zoom out and we see what happened, and we want to witness and see what exactly happened during the third halving, which, by the way, happened not so long time ago after the COVID crash. So that's also something we need to take into consideration. Halving, and then we saw a consolidation phase of more or less 160 days. And then we saw a massive rally, a massive run to the upside. We marked a all-time high in 2021. So as of now, Bitcoin is in this ranging environment for 145 days, and the halving happened 95 days ago. Why am I saying this? Or why am I repeating myself? I'm repeating myself, and I'm reminding you and myself that the halving is a significant event. However, it's not a binary event. It's an event for the next 4 years. It's an event for the next 210,000 blocks. Eventually, bottom line, it's bullish. However, before we really feel the impact of such an event, a major event, it will take a lot of time. And we have a lot of legends in the chat. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm doing this video for you. If you appreciate this kind of content, I talk about TA, the fundamentals, the economics, market economic, the big events, small events, everything that could help us. Smash that like button and share this video and leave some comments. I love to see the comments. I always reply to all of these comments, even if they are negative. I'm still with you guys. So Bitcoin quickly traveled from this low all the way to here. We are now visiting the point of control. And how have I anchored this point of control? It's by plotting the volume profiles at the day one of this ranging environment. See how quickly it re-entered this value area, meaning this is the area with the most transactions. The price level with the most transactions, and especially here at the red line, this is a very significant level. My thesis is if we can reclaim this level, and as you can see, there's like a light gray box. Maybe I should make this a little bit, probably like a different color, so it stands out a little bit more. You could consider this as a, especially if we go to the daily chart, you could consider this as a SNR level. So it was like resistance here and then support, it bounced support. And then honestly, I was here quite bullish because it was trading here above the point of control for quite a long time. However, here we saw a bearish retest and we declined all the way down. I believe if we reclaim this green box and point of control, the path of least resistance is towards 72K. Despite all the bullish factors, resistance is resistance until it isn't. This is a typical place, this place here. This place here is a typical place where recency bias will kick in. Why? The higher the price goes, the higher the targets people will have in their mind. So if you entered Bitcoin, you longed a Bitcoin around 56K, good for you. However, if it's approaching this level, consider this, despite all the bullish factors, consider this as a key resistance level. Scaling out here and even here at the point of control would make absolutely sense, in my opinion. Imagine it breaks out, you can always re-enter if you find your triggers. I believe if it can break out from this range, this 145-day range, the next logical breakout target is around 88K. Again, it's kind of difficult when price is in price discovery to determine a target. How I do this is just like by using the classical way. I'm not using really like these wicks because I consider them as an kind of an anomaly. This brings me to 90K. Wait. And if we plot the Fibonacci, or this from here to here, it brings us here around 86K. So anything between 86 and 80 or even like 90K is a realistic target, especially given the fact that this is a long range. The longer the range, the stronger the explosion. And now, Ethereum. Ethereum is also in this range for quite a long time. For 160 days also. What I like about Ethereum is it's pretty organic. I like what I see. This ascending triangle, we saw a breakout, beautiful retest, and then it entered this consolidation phase, this zone here. The rule of thumb is whenever you see a rectangle that comes from an uptrend, and this is obvious an uptrend, no discussion about this is an uptrend. If it comes from an uptrend, you see a rectangle, more often than not, this is a continuation pattern. So if this breaks out, most likely it will revisit all-time high and probably it will go beyond all-time high. The Ethereum ETF is a bullish thing. However, it's going to take a long time, quite a while, before we actually gonna feel that buying appetite from institutional players. This is a reminder that the Bitcoin ETF happened here on the 11th of January. And since the launch, we saw a massive decline of 21%, which was at that time, or still, it's one of the biggest declines we had since the low of October 2020. The difference now with the Bitcoin ETF and the Ethereum ETF, like there are actually a few, and I believe one of the biggest differences is with the Bitcoin ETF, everyone was anticipating a Bitcoin ETF because it was inevitable. Everybody knew Bitcoin ETF, sooner or later, it will come. With the Ethereum ETF, everyone was caught by surprise. Even Vitalik did not know that a Ethereum ETF would be on the tables, would be on on the bingo card. So what does it mean? It means that a lot of players had a lot of time to build up a position and to approach this as a buy the news, sell the rumor event. However, with Ethereum, there wasn't a lot of time to build big positions to short the market. The Ethereum ETF was somewhere in May here. At that time it was known. It was at that time we knew, okay, Ethereum ETF, it would come. Around that time, people, they had time to build up a position. So I do believe that we might see or consider this as a short, as a buy the news, sell the rumor event. However, not at the same magnitude, the same significance as with the Ethereum, as with the Bitcoin ETF. I do believe there is a big difference, a serious difference between those two. This is something I often share once in a week, maybe sometimes twice in a week. If we compare all the Bitcoin purchased through the US ETFs since the launch of the ETF, since January 11th, more than 931 Bitcoins have been purchased, and only 132.8 thousand Bitcoins have been mined. So you can easily see that this does something with the supply chain, the supply demand mechanism. However, it's going to take a long time. If you combine all the ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, spot ETFs worldwide, probably we will sit now on 1 million Bitcoins. And imagine this, 1 million Bitcoins is now in the hands of institutions, and yet it wasn't enough to push Bitcoin through this, sorry, the wrong chart, through 72K, something to take into consideration. Now, if we look to the Ethereum ETF, we saw a huge, a lot of volume. That's very interesting always. But what's also interesting is the fee, the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, now converted into a ETF. They're holding more than 10.5 billion worth in Ethereum, and their fee is 2.5%, which is a lot, especially when you compare them with these other ETFs. Some of them, they have a temporary fee of 0%. You don't pay anything for the starting fee. So it's only logical that we're going to see, or they're going to witness, just like with Ethereum, Bitcoin ETF, a lot of outflow and then inflow into other ETFs. There is also a Grayscale Mini, which has seen a significant inflow, however, not that significant compared to, where is it? Yeah, here it is. Not sure if this is big enough or not. Just made it a little bit bigger. The Grayscale Mini Ethereum saw an inflow of 15 million. So the way how we actually should our interpretation should be mainly focused on the net inflow. The net inflow is 106 million, which is not bad. It's not bad for Ethereum. It's not bad for the period of the year. It's July, and I believe this was like a pretty successful Ethereum ETF launch. most likely we're going to see more outflows, more grayscale outflow flowing into the other ETFs. I believe the quicker this happens, the better price action wise. There are a few people I often follow. I follow this guy, Eric Bell Kunas. Not sure how to pronounce your name, dude. If I mispronounced it, sorry for that. But he often shares a lot of reliable data. He's an ETF senior specialist for Bloomberg. Another guy I'm following is James Seifert. He's also with Bloomberg. So a lot of reliable information coming from them. So if we look to the chart, what do we see here at the Ethereum chart? It's still in the range. Let's plot the anchored volume profile here also at the point of control. It's not really accepted above it. So ideal situation is we're gonna see some consolidation and then hopefully a breakout, and it will then most likely push Bitcoin towards 40K ish area. Another one to mention is this. This is the Ethereum chart against Bitcoin. Ideally, we don't close below this gray box. On the weekly, what we see is a strong decline. However, here, the decline is less progressive. So this could be considered as potentially as the end of, it could be seen as an exhaustion of the downwards trend, the bearish trend. And now, if we plot the 12 EMA, I haven't done this while. Yeah. Ideally, what I would love to see is the 12 EMA crossing the 21 EMA, which hasn't happened yet. Let's do height. The black one here is the 200 MA. Let's also plot the MA here. This is 200 MA. This line is here, the 200 MA. This is the 12. This is 21. Ideally, what I would love to see is a cross, meaning the 12 crossing the 21 EMA in the next few days is maybe too optimistic, but in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Another thing to take into consideration is this RSI. I really hoped for a RSI breakout. The market did not give us any RSI breakout. This is a triple bullish divergence, probably also visible on the Burbicator Pro. If we go to the settings, it's all set. So you could see this as a bullish divergence on the RSI. We see here bullish divergence here and then here. So it would you could consider this as a triple bullish divergence. Before such a divergence on the weekly fully plays out, it takes a lot of time. Rule of thumb is if it took 200 days to form that bullish divergence, probably gonna take another 203 days more or less to for us to fully see this bullish divergence coming into realization. Yeah, let's not overanalyze Ethereum. Let's check a few other charts. There are a few. I shared SmartX with the community a while ago. Wait, not this chart. I wish there was an option that it also displays the exchange only when you hover on it. Okay, anyways, I'm digressing. Let's clean up this mess. Yep. We entered SmartX around here. Since then, it did a nice 22%, not bad, especially in these conditions. This might be a interesting flip. Look, this is high time frame support. Closing below this level, full disclosure, I'm invested. I have a big bag, probably one of my bigger altcoins. I'm holding, I'm farming it. Losing this level would imply a lot of bearishness. Even I would turn bearish. Good luck for us. Fortunately, it didn't happen. This is high time frame support, and it was validated by the market. Now, what we're seeing is, let me disable this. I want to present a clean as possible chart. We're seeing here that price pierced through this resistance level. A throwback, if we get it, would be really nice. And then I see, probably see this dotted line here. This is my TP3. And that would be my, although it's quite far, that would be my TP3. If something bearish happens, I'm happy to close my position, a trading position. So I have long-term, for the cycle, and a trading position. Another one we shared today with the community is Jasmy. If it can successfully flip this into support, I see this heading back to the June high. By the way, if there are any charts or things you want me to check, let me know. What Andre is saying, I do agree. If we cannot really reclaim the point of control, this very logical support resistance level here, that would could most likely it will push Bitcoin to 63, 64K. Ideally, we're going to reclaim this red line here, this point of control, and then range high is most likely, I would say 80%. Floki, yeah, let's check Floki. I don't hold any Floki. However, I do hold token, which is a sister token of Floki. Okay, this is what I like, and I will explain you why I like this. First, here in the first week of July, when we 95% ish, or it was even 93% of all altcoins use the T pairs on Binance. So all USDT pairs on Binance, they were trading below their 200 MA. Or just like 3, 4, 5% were trading above their MA, 200 MA level on the daily, 200 MA, daily MA. Floki, on the other hand, quickly traded below the 200 MA, reclaimed it quickly, and since then it was showing strength, as we can see here. This is a bullish sign. What I also like from a horizontal perspective, it beautifully reclaimed. It beautifully bounced here once, and then in July it confirmed that this level is a level where bulls are willing to step in. As of now, I still see a range, right? It might give us the impression of a so-called complex head and shoulder pattern. However, I wouldn't really approach it as such. I would approach it as a range-bound environment, actually as a rectangle. Let me see where the point of control is. Yeah, ideally it would, let's go to the 12-hour chart and then disable the 200 MA. Ideally, what I would love to see is a retest again, or not even a retest of the point of control, which is the lower end of the value area. From classical perspective, pattern, this is, you could consider this as a on the 12-hour head and shoulder, but if it would break down, it will break down around this level, 0.000149. But for now, I want to see how Floki interacts with the point of control here. If it drops here back to this gray zone here and it creates like such a long wick, I believe that's an ideal reload zone. Let me check how many days is Floki trading here in this range. 144 days, just like Bitcoin. I don't think this is a bad looking chart. Again, this is range bound in, that comes from an uptrend, as you can see, no doubt about that. More often than not is bullish, and in many cases this leads to a continuation. Doge, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Again, guys, hit that like button and share this video. I don't like Doge, to be honest, on this chart. From a Burbicator Pro perspective, it flashed the bull signal, but no real follow-up. Look, this is we had here a RSI breakout, but no, I don't see. Is it? Yeah, it's struggling here with 200 MA, as you can see here. I don't like Doge price action wise. It's a meme coin. I love memes. I don't have any grudge against any memes. Yeah, breakout, and it couldn't sustain, and it failed. Right. I would be careful. But if I want to open a position, I wouldn't feel comfortable to open a position here. I would rather wait and set my alerts around 11.8 cent for a possible entry. Like entering now, especially high time frame, just in the middle of nowhere, I don't like that. It could be a bearish retest on the 200 MA. It's also not something I like, and it's a rising slope is upwards, the 200 MA, but it's losing its less progressive here. So this again shows that there is some exhaustion there, which I wouldn't really like if I was interested in Doge. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing now. Yeah, so on the lower time frames, we mark this level. This is the green box. It could look like a a bearish retest. If it fails, most likely it will take out these wicks here, and it will enter this zone. I am not in any trading position when it comes to Bitcoin. And I also don't like to open a position when it's clearly struggling with a point of control. So I'd rather wait for a reclaim or see some kind of reversal patterns around 63K-ish, ideally. So it would be like this level here. Oh. This is the 4-hour. I would be careful with opening a long position, especially low time frame. I'm not shorting. I haven't shorted the market at all this year. If I had, if someone would ask me, okay, Jamie, go short or go long, I would go short, to be honest, like low time frame. I would rather prefer to do something like this. Just 1.9 R. I mean, it's still good to 1.9 R. Nothing wrong about that, especially if you trade often. But I rather prefer potential scenario like this. It would give you like a way better R. It depends, of course, on the price action, but yeah, there's like a 2.6 almost. As of now, not interested in buying trading Bitcoin low time frame, 4 hour, 1 hour. It would be not worth my time. I'd rather prefer coins like Jasmy. The point of invalidation is pretty clear here. Below this line, and I do not want to have any position anymore. What else do we have? Yeah, one last thing before we wrap it up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I would say hit that like button right now and see and observe this chart. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart, and I would say this is the pure dominance chart, because this is all stables have been excluded. So this does not take into consideration USDC, USDT, DAI, BUSD, and so forth and so on. I believe this chart is pretty clean. We are heading now into this apex. This zone, as you can see here around this gray box, is a solid resistance zone here, and then here again, here. Probably we're gonna see again 60%, maybe even 61%. If Bitcoin stabilizes, and altcoin, especially Ethereum, they have some traction, I easily see this Bitcoin dominance heading lower, which would give a lot of retail traders more conviction and confidence in altcoins. Ideal setup would be Bitcoin up, Bitcoin stabilizing, Ethereum up, and the Bitcoin dominance going down. We're still, the apex. I would take this with a grain of salt, but the apex here, it would end here somewhere around September. We could easily, go sideways through September and October. Who knows? But this is definitely something I'm watching multiple times a week, and it gives me a good idea of how likely altcoins are about to catch up with Bitcoin. Okay, now I am very curious. What's happening with Ethereum? And this is the last chart I'm going to tackle. Not much, actually. I mean, it's a rejection here from the point of control. Again, this, where is it? This candle, not today's candle. This is daily chart. This is the day, the launch of the Ethereum ETF. A lot of traders, market participants, they approach this as a buy the news, sell the rumor event, just like what happened here with the Bitcoin ETF. We saw a drawdown and decline, a pretty harsh one, 21%, and then it continued. The difference is, as I explained, with the Ethereum ETF, big players had only time to build up a position late May. With Bitcoin ETF, big players had a lot of time to build up a position to approach this as a buy the rumor, sell buy the rumor, sell the news event. So a decline would not surprise me at all. And if we're going to decline, I'm not expecting a decline of 20%, just like with Bitcoin. Probably a minor one, 10%, 15%. And even if it declines 20%, then it would go back all the way back to range low. So I'm not worried at all. Good catch, by the way, David. No worries for the caps. I'm used to it. I'm also thinking in caps internally. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Hit that like button. Until the next time, see you around. God bless.